You are not a physical being. You are a cosmic power. Once you align with anything high vibrational, you could use your cosmic abilities to create anything you desire. And those experiences become your desires. Those are the answers to your questions. Because only you can answer the questions you're asking. But that being said, if you align with something low vibrational, aka the matrix, you will destroy everything with that same force, that same power, that same energy. Because don't forget, the energy that you are does not have a signature to it. It has not been assigned a specific type of frequency, high vibrational, creative, low vibrational, destructive. That solely depends on you, because your energy in its purest form is neutral. It's like inert. It has no signature. It's pure amorphous consciousness. The word amorphous means formless, shapeless, lacking form. And what you do as the artist is you take your hands, figuratively speaking, and you grab a lump of this flaccid clay, cosmic energy, and you begin to manipulate and shape it and mold it and sculpt it and contour it into the particular type of form you wish that energy to assume. It could be a brand new house, a brand new life, whatever. And there's nothing off the table as long as you are in a consistent high vibrational alignment, because it is that consistent high vibrational alignment that's going to be the life force, the power supply for this. And the fuel supply comes from you maintaining that and not wavering and vacillating. But the reason why you're plugged into this system, and the reason why they don't tell you who you are when you come here, and the reason why your life is a continuous series of obstacles and delays, is because you are basically trotting around through life, hapless and aimless, because you've been given the wrong directions, the wrong instructions, the wrong guidance, the wrong information, the wrong intelligence, the wrong knowledge, for a reason, for you to deliberately and unintentionally destroy anything of a positive nature and work only for the agenda of a dark entity. Just to think, like I said before, when you come here, you're like a little child. And what does a child know to this world? When a child is born, they don't know the state of mind of society, blind to the ways of what's going on, clueless, uninformed, unaware, and it is that clean slate that this social narrative is written on. And that is, unfortunately, for the most part, for most of these people, indelible. And they'll have to come back again. If you don't break the third dimensional barrier, you will come back here in a different form. It doesn't have to be human. You can come back as the wind, a bird, a tree, I don't know. That's a personal journey. But what I do know is that if you are in alignment with the high vibration and you're flowing and you're not blocking yourself by allowing the mind to interfere with that process, man, you're unstoppable. You just gotta, you gotta vibe, man. Check it. You know how you get these emojis with the smiley face? And a smiley face is supposed to be the very representation of happiness. That's nonsense. If you notice, they keep attributing the physical to all there is. Smiling has nothing to do with any facial expressions. When you're happy, you don't have to physically smile. All your smiling is done inside your soul and your heart. It has nothing to do with your face. Your body has nothing to do with your cosmic journey. It's just a temporary costume that you're renting for a little while to interact with this, this terrestrial environment, and then off you go to wherever else you're going to go. If you didn't get it right, if you didn't catch the lessons, or if you were in the classroom and you weren't paying attention, you got to come back. It's not hard. It's just not hard. It's just that you've got to break away from this understanding that, the mind is the everything. The mind is nothing. It doesn't control anything, because after all, how in God's name could you have an out-of-body experience if the mind isn't coming with you? When you incarnate, you're not physical. When you leave this terrestrial dimension, you're non-physical again. the formless, non-physical, pure amorphous consciousness. That's pure energy. It has nothing to do with any density of material, physical matter. Absolutely nothing. You are not what you believe yourself to be. So when you align yourself with any high vibration, and you can manage to be consistent and stay there, I'm telling you, there's nothing that could stop you but you. And that is the darkness in you, because we all have darkness inside us. There's no way to get around it, because the universe is all things eternal and infinite. And that is the very embodiment of not only the human experience, but your infinite journey. It is the personified essence encapsulated in this form temporarily, and all forms and things you will never see on this earth. Because when you pass, you will be experiencing things you can't even begin to comprehend or imagine. Trust me. This place, this earth, isn't even the tip of the iceberg of what Source can do. And I know that to be a fact. And I can't explain it because I cannot convey to you what I'm trying to allow you to understand through Earthwords. Because that's all these are Earthwords. Or words that are used only on this earth, not on other earths. Most certainly not on other universes and so on, because it all goes on forever. To give you an example, when you see the aurora borealis and the aurora australis, those are auras, just like you have an aura. But as well, these are energy fields that extraterrestrial craft refuel in, just like your aura. That's why the darkness siphons your energy, because they're vampires and parasites and leeches. And at the same time, you're projecting unconsciously and you're projecting consciously. You're opening portals and doorways. And everything that you project and you transmit, that's siphoned off and harnessed for God knows what purpose. That's why they get you to do what you do, and to become what you are, and to believe the false identity. And you adhere to these stringent values, morals, ethics, and scruples, and your disempowering belief systems that serve only to divide the mind and conquer the masses. And you hold true to your identity. This is what I identify with, whatever it is. Unbeknownst to you, you have, from the very get-go, the moment you arrived here, been straight out lied to. So once you can get your energy beyond the limitations of that programming mechanism, that's when you are really unstoppable, because now you're not in your own way anymore. And you're going to make a conscious decision to say that I'm not going to allow this social programming to creep up, inhibit what I've got going, impede my progress, and hamper, what is rightfully mine. There won't be any impediments or hindrances anymore, because now I've got it right. I know now that I'm a cosmic synergy. I'm a cosmic body. I'm not a finite being. I'm not a terrestrial physical form of matter. This is not the real me. And I'm not going to allow the narrative, to convince me otherwise. Because if you listen, they'll pump your head full of everything, man. They will pump your head 7 ways to Sunday. The subconscious this and the mind that, human psychology, psychiatry, therapists, counselors. They'll run you ragged. And all the while you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't add up. This doesn't sound right. That doesn't make sense. I'm not listening to that. All of the doctors are telling you with their medical diagnoses and everything. And people listen to this stuff. They listen intently. And it's through the power of suggestive influence from these alleged authority figures that convince you that you only have 3 weeks to live. So therefore, your mind will go to work in making that a reality, because once you're thoroughly convinced of some form of content that has now been assimilated, that it's the truth, then it is what is referred to as the placebo effect. So my thing is this: instead of you being your own self-saboteur and your own self-assassin, why don't you just disconnect from that mechanism, deprogram, uncouple, and pull out your connection to it, and be your own best ally instead of your own worst enemy? Because you have the capability, and you most certainly have the potential, and you definitely have what it takes. I can't even begin to express. You gotta stop seeing yourself as, not good enough. You're below average. You're not. You don't meet the standards of everybody else. You're not like it. It's all nonsense. Everything has been specifically programmed and designed to make you feel that way, because your feelings and emotions are metaphysical energies. They as well can serve to either raise your vibration, hinder your progress, or lower your vibration. They can serve to augment and amplify your progress, your high vibration, or work in the exact opposite order. So it all depends on where your source of information is coming from. If you're getting it from the matrix, you're always going to do this. I don't care what you think, and I don't care what they say. I'm telling you, that is a satanic cult, and they're always going to bring you down with all that garbage they say, and it's always conflicting information. That's what leaves you confused. All these mixed messages. If you decide, now listen, this is where it gets super good. If you decide to pull from that, plug into yourself, your higher self, guess what? You're now going to receive precognitive intuitive guidance telepathically from the divine with no intermediary or no middleman. Like example, if you want to be loved, love yourself, because love was not created on the earth. The earth is the middleman, so to speak. Where is the source of creation? Source. You are source. Plug into your higher self. That's how you get self-love. You see, the intuitive guidance you will receive when you're consciously awakened to the value of your own reality and your own worth and your own importance as an individual cosmic being is exponential, because it allows you to expand and be vulnerable to the cosmos. And in that sense, you are now ready, willing, able, and prepared to receive and send signals that will help you and help others and help yourself, and a lot of beautiful stuff. Because now you're not getting it from a source that's looking to destroy you and kill you and complicate your journey. Now you're getting it from the purest essence, ethereal, divine, heavenly. Not heaven here, right? So now you're getting it from a place that only means you well. Unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, unconditional care, unconditional help, not asking for anything. I mean, to give you an idea, Source, God Almighty, when is the last time God asked you for a favor? When is the last time God complained to you about anything? Never happened, never will, right? Okay, so that should give you a little insight to precisely what you're dealing with. But people always blame God for what didn't go right in their life, not realizing that they themselves are the catalyst of all of that. And I'm guilty here. Trust me. Been down that road one too many times, and I'm not going down that road again. That is a byproduct of staying connected to a satanic cult. The Matrix, whatever you want to use, whatever name. But you have your unlimited transformative potential, ability, capacity, capability, whatever which way you want to word it. You are your greatest miracle that unfortunately you have been searching outside yourself for. You just have to realize that and awaken that potential from its dormancy. Now, sometimes I repeat messages because they bear repeating. Sometimes we have to be reinforced, and sometimes you have constant reassurances to nudge you out of that comfort zone. So if this video is what it takes to do that, then I'll be willing to do it for as long as God is allowing me to do this, straight out. So anyway, you just got to relax and chill out and just know that the universe has got you no matter what, as long as you're willing to participate and contribute. It can't be a one-ended deal. It cannot be a one-sided relationship. Then it's not a relationship at all. It's not. Then it's a toxic interaction. When's the last time you've seen two people together, one gives, one takes? That's not a relationship. That's a disgusting, despicable display of just putrid behaviors from the taker, which is probably a malignant narcissist. There's no pussyfooting around this stuff, folks. This is just real deal stuff here. This is the nut and bolts, meat and potatoes, the crux of the matter. It's not complicated. It's not complicated at all. You just have to want to make a concerted effort towards you changing your life and helping you when you get that power to help others. Example for me, My greatest gratification comes from helping those less fortunate than myself. It is my truest nature. How I see money as a beautiful energy that allows me to help others. I see money as a useful tool for the exchange of goods and services in their system. I don't live for money. I don't think about it, and I do everything I can to make as much of it so I can help. More money I make, more people I help. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. I give my family a comfortable life, always, of course. But, giving and receiving are the same, man. They tell you it is better to give than it is to receive. Have that mentality, you know where you're going to find yourself? In a poor house. That's where you're going to be. Poor, destitute, broke, impoverished. There's nothing noble about being poor. All right? Wrap your head around that. You've been programmed for failure because you believe what they say and you buy into the lies and you accept the social narrative and you consume the content that they're pumping out. And everything that they spew is toxic. It's designed to prevent you, the person watching this video right now, from reaching your full potential. That's why you struggle in life. That's why you have hardships and probably economic deprivation and God knows what else you're going through. This is all done by design, folks. Everything happening in this system ain't no accident. Just like in politics, there's a two-party system, which there really isn't. There's a one party, the corporate party. And guess what? None of you are invited. Two wings from the same bird. I don't care how they dance around that tune. When it comes time for them to meet at the clubhouse, guess what? Red and blue make purple. Straight truth. So anyway, work on yourself. Be concerned with yourself. You'd be surprised how much complaining people do about how their life isn't what they want, or they wish they had this, or this didn't go that way, or why did this one get this? How come me? Why me? You'd be surprised how much energy is wasted on that frivolous, inconsequential, meaningless, useless garbage. That you could use that energy towards something creative to your highest potential for a progressive project that you can get actually something done in life instead of sitting feeling sorry for yourself. And here I'm speaking from experience. I did it for a lot of years, far too many that I wasted, and I'm getting as real here as I can. There's nothing fake about me or my channel. I don't script things and I don't edit things. You notice that when my videos play, you don't see clipping. It's a continuous, it's continuity in my videos because I just hit the record button and when I'm done, I hit the pause button. There's no BS on my channel. I don't have to keep editing my mistakes out. I want to leave them in because they're not mistakes. It's what makes me human, just like you. We all make mistakes. It's going to happen. Learn from them so you don't repeat them again because if you repeat them, they're not mistakes. It's habits. And then it becomes patterns of routine and then you're in trouble because then they become indelible and thoroughly entrenched, into your subconscious. And that's when you have to start fighting against yourself. And that is time consuming and exhausting. Been there, done that. Once you're done with the blame game on other people, then you start being hard on yourself. And that's not fun. So nonetheless, when you align with a higher vibration, there isn't anything in this universe you cannot accomplish. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what gender, what color, what country, means nothing. All of that is nonsense. You are cosmic. You are formless. You are eternal, ceaseless, deathless, birthless, timeless, ageless, unstoppable. You have got to wrap your head around this, literally, because it is the mind that is the greatest impediment to your progress and your unlimited potential. That's what is impeding you and hindering you. And once you can bring the mind along and allow it to break the third dimensional barrier, it is born as a soul. Allow the mind to connect to the higher self and bring it along with you on your journey. You can be soaring through your dreams within an unlimited sky of your own eternal imagination. Like I say, paint the canvas of your life with a rainbow of colors from your own imagination. Now think about that for a minute. Let that sit and digest that. You could do whatever you want. That is a blank canvas, man. And you're given an infinite amount of colors on that palette. And you can make whatever you want. Whatever you want. But if you go by the matrix, they only give you monochromatic tones, hues, and shades. Black and white and gray. You know? And you need those as contrast with your portrait. But if you only paint portraits of black and white and gray, how colorful will your life be? All of these elements are necessary. Now, please don't misconstrue when I say the word black, that it should ever be attached to a negative connotation, because that is done by design, that is social programming. Black is not evil, black is not filthy, and black is not the devil. Okay? Darkness, some levels, not all of them, some levels of darkness are malevolent. You need the others to bring contrast to the light. That being said, the reason that black folks have a bad reputation is by design. It's all social programming. This is how they perpetuate their division and their war. Look at their dictionary. Look at the definition of the word black. Filthy, disgusting, evil, putrid. Look at the definition of the word white. Heavenly, pure, innocent, right? Now look at the word opposite. You'll see two words, opposite. Now they always say black and white are what? Opposites. What they're subliminally conditioning you through your unconscious societal programming mechanisms is to believe that black is the opposite of white, when in fact it is nonsense. They are both required for the tapestry of life, for the canvas, for the portrait that you are to paint in this world, on this earth. Because you need the dark colors to give you contrast, to give it depth, to give you some sort of perceptive understanding that's giving you the illusion of distance. That's how you paint a picture. It's all about illusions. It's a one-dimensional surface, But you align with any vibration, there's nothing you can't do. And that being said, if that vibration happens to be low vibrational negative, there's nothing you can't destroy, yourself included. So I'm going to end this video by saying, be easy on yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Stop being hard on yourself. That stuff is self-abuse. When somebody compliments you, say thank you. When somebody says you're amazing, say thank you. I appreciate it. When you showcase your talents and abilities, don't laugh that off, because, as I've said before, recognize that you have been programmed for failure by laughing at the notion of your own success. Look what you do. You unconsciously just write yourself off and disregard yourself. At the same time, you're complimenting others, right? And at the same time, you are helping them and you're promoting them. And you do it unconsciously. Now, that is one of the hindrances that you have to get rid of. It's a multitude. Again, don't blame yourself, because when you came here, you didn't know any better. But now as an adult, watching this and other videos like this, now you do. And I encourage every one of the viewers of this channel to thoroughly scour all of YouTube with any type of content that can help you. If you are resonating with it, embrace it, because it is there for a reason. Your angels, your guardians, your guides, your spirits, your loved ones who have crossed over, who are safe and at peace with God, they're getting you to gravitate towards these things. And that's another thing I want to say before I end this video. Whenever you find yourself looking at 1111 or anything like that, all of a sudden you just be staring, you could just be doing something, all of a sudden something just tells you, look quick to your right or whatever, or something doesn't even have to tell you, you just get this impulse to do it. That's because your angels are guiding your eyes to wherever you need to look at that particular moment. It could be on a clock, 1111, a license plate, anything. You are not doing it of your own volition, because they can, this is what is referred to as your mental grid. Now, the high vibrational angels and the low vibrational demons can both manipulate that mental grid. That's why when you're sitting on a couch and you have this thought that just pops into your head out of nowhere, I just came up with it by myself, I don't know where it came from. No, I've covered this before. Nothing just comes to you out of nowhere. You don't just come up with things by yourself. And things aren't just finding their way in your head for no reason. Oh, it was a complete song or had an invention or no. Lyrics, song lyrics and songs and things like this, they don't just pop into your head. The reason why the angels put them there is because that song probably makes you feel good about yourself from some point in the past. So they want you to connect with a moment from your journey, from an experience in your past that will allow you to connect your present energy with that moment and raise your vibration. Now, the demons and the darkness will work in reverse. They want you to think about the saddest moments, a death of a loved one, you didn't get the job, pressures, deadlines, all that. They want you to continually, harp on that because that's going to lower your vibration. So that's where the symbol yin yang comes from. It is not an ancient Chinese symbol. It's actually reptilian. Two diametrically opposed energies contained within the same circumference of eternal life, hence the human condition. That's what you're looking at, because human beings are inherently contradictory and inherently dysfunctional by the very virtue of their own nature. It is the way it is the way it always shall be. But you, as an alchemist, can transmute that dysfunction and alchemize it into something productive, viable, and beneficial. You just have to formulate your own personal approach on how to do that. I cannot give you that information. If I could supply it to you, I'd give you a breakdown. You have to find a way to do that. And then you can stay high vibrational, manifest whatever you want, and you don't have to worry about the encumbrances and the hindrances and the impediments of the limited physical mind. Because now the mind is connected to the higher self, and everybody's aware and awakened and enlightened, and it's a beautiful, beautiful experience. Have a blessed day.